honors recently for a business in a small northwest Iowa town from a U.S. senator. KTIV's Ellen Ide has that story from Royal, Iowa.
We do weddings, but we also do a lot of business meetings. We do banquets.
The Great Hall of Royal is home to so many celebrations, both big and small. But now they're celebrating an achievement of their own, as they were the most recent recipient of Senator Joni Ernst's Small Business of the Week award.
So we had a phone call telling us that we had been nominated, and they kind of got some more information from us, and then another phone call saying that we actually were chosen to be the small business for Clay County, which was just really exciting.
During the 119th session of Congress, Senator Ernst plans to honor an entrepreneur in every one of Iowa's 99 counties. Sarah and Matt Rickey, owners of the Great Hall of Royal, were chosen for having built a successful business and a community space where folks can gather to make memories.
The most fun part of all of this is just getting a chance to meet a whole wide variety of people and just getting to interact with people. Sarah and I both enjoy the customer service aspect and getting to spend time with people. We like to have a good time in our daily lives anyhow, so this just is an extension of all that.
The Rickeys acquired the old St. Louis Catholic Church and transformed it to an event space that can accommodate anything from grand weddings to business expos and even small parties.
We refer to it as being hosted events, that either Matt or I is on site and works the events. So there's always somebody on site who can answer and help and do whatever's needed.
In their 6 years in business, the Great Hall of Royal has made its mark on the surrounding community. And at the core of all of the success is the couple who has been bringing the vision to life.
We are who we are, and I think that people see that and they know that we do things with sincerity.
In Royal, Iowa, Ellen Ide, KTIV News 4.
The Rickey family will celebrate the honor with Senator Ernst and her team when it works out with the senator's travel schedule.